I was sitting home, I was watching television, and I was like, oh, we can have a gun in the home. So I wanted to comply. Well, I'm Rhonda Ezell. I was the lead plaintiff in Ezell versus City of Chicago. I took on the City of Chicago for the right to bring gun ranges. The Ezell case came about after the McDonald case. Illinois was the last state to get concealed carry, but prior to that, the City of Chicago had a total ban on firearm ownership. So in 2010, Otis McDonald, along with David and Colleen Lawson, took on the City of Chicago for the right to own a gun in the home. And that case went all the way to the United States Supreme Court. So once I saw that victory had taken place, I was sitting home, I was watching television, and I was like, oh, we can have a gun in the home. So I wanted to comply. And so as I got the information that I needed, I signed up for a class and a course, and I got to the training facility, and the guy said, "Hey, here's some information. Tomorrow we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the range portion." This was after we completed the initial training part, and I said, "Well, where's this?" And he goes, "Oh, this is in Dundee, Illinois." So the city of Chicago mandated the training to own a firearm, but they did not have a gun range available. So I found myself going outside of the city to comply with that ordinance. And then I reached out to the Illinois State Rifle Association, which I'm a lifetime member of. And I told them, I said, look, guys, these are the things I had to go through just to comply. What's going on here. So they checked into it, and we came to the conclusion that my rights had been violated, and Ezell versus Chicago was born. So we took on the city for the right to bring gun ranges. And of course, believe it or not, just like you stated in your Virginia case, they tried to say that it was moot. And this was in the beginning. This was the first case because they knew that they were losing. But we didn't allow that. So we won that first case just on the strength of having the right to build a gun range, which was also significant because what it did after the McDonald case was it extended gun rights outside the home. Because once we had the right to have a gun in the home after McDonald versus Chicago case, they put measures in place where you could not take that firearm outside of your home. They didn't want you to take it on your back porch, your front porch, your garage, or anything that's connected to your property because they were just that angry that they had lost in court. And, once we won the first Ezell case, they came back with more shenanigans about where you can and where you can't build a gun range and 500 yards or feet from here and so on and so forth, whether it's a school, a daycare, a liquor store, a church. Okay, we're in Chicago. There's about 12 of each on every block. I mean, come on, let's be real here. So that would limit the 1% of the city to actually build a gun range. And so we took on them twice and we beat them twice. And we knocked down a whole bunch of things in that case. The Ezell versus City of Chicago case has a lot of great things in it. Tell these attorneys when they're fighting these cases to look deep into it because there's a lot there. And the Ezell case right now is one of 3 cases that are moving these Second Amendment cases across the country, continuing to fight for these rights. And I'm glad that my case is one of those cases outside of the Heller case and the McDonald case. It's very significant because what we see right now in this country with racial equality, people that don't understand they have a fundamental right to keep and bear arms, and they want to say that the Black community is not involved. You have 2 Black lead plaintiffs whose cases are moving this country forward. And that's
Yeah.
Otis McDonald and myself, Rhonda Ezell.